Okay, I'm gonna try my best at filming this. I kidnapped my husband's phone, but the screen broke on it. But I let my daughter have some screen time on my phone. She's been really busy outside playing in the garden with the rest of us, and she's incredibly tired. So I let her go ahead and have that time to play Noggin, her gaming app on my phone. It's also an education app, so it works out in the long run, and it does help with hand-eye coordination and her finger dexterity, so I really enjoy that about it. But what I'm doing out here right now is it is evening time, as you can tell by my major shadow being casted over the garden, and we have come out here, my sister and a couple of my boys, and started cleaning out this garden bed. Now, you can see over here, it's pretty cleaned out. We went ahead and took the poles that were over the top of it out of here altogether. There's still some stuff we need to take out of it, like this plant right here and this one right here are poison ivy. Those have got to go. I do not want to be grabbing those with my hand, so I have to get some gloves or something on before I can do that. But for the most part, we have over half the bed cleaned out, and then there's this grass kind of in the edges. Almost tripped over the rake there. And they are not really that, it's not completely cleaned out. There's still some big grasses in here, but they're getting a little trickier to get out because the roots are grown in there, and I'm just going to shake out what I can. The problem is the roots will continue to break off into it like this. And then I'm probably just gonna pull out whatever big grass I can and then go ahead and sprinkle lettuce seeds all over here and just let the lettuce grow. And that'll work out really well because the lettuce will grow super fast with it being cooler weather. Although sometimes the freezing weather tends to freeze the lettuce leaves. However, I did notice earlier. Okay, we have to move this rake before I end up taking myself out in this garden. I did see that over here there was this lettuce growing inside of all this grass, just a volunteer.
My arrow.
Alright, let's see what you made. Come here. I don't know what the camera can get. Ooh, look at that.
It's my arrow.
We're sharpening it on the concrete?
Yep.
I don't know what kind of plants. These are woody plants that grow in the tree line, and they just take them out and they're having a good old time sharpening them and making all sorts of tools with them. You know what else that kind of reminds me of? A dibber. I bet if we make a bigger one, you can poke holes in the garden to plant little plants in.
Oh, I got you.
Isn't that cool?
I can help.
Yeah, I think you can. I realized the irony of it all. I went to the ditch over to that area, and there was some metal laying on the ground.
Can I cut myself?
Well, don't cut yourself. Oh, you made it a little too sharp. And I go over there. I'm exhausted, right? So my husband brings me a Monster, which I'm not supposed to be drinking at all. Energy drinks. So he brings me a Monster, and he brings, because I asked for one, and I'm like looking in the ditch. There's a flyer that fell out for my cardiologist wishing me happy holidays, and I'm just like, I can't imagine what my doctor would think. I'm in here in the gardening doing some medium intensity labor, which I'm technically not supposed to do, drinking an energy drink because I'm exhausted, and kind of an oxymoron running a gardening channel while you're still drinking energy drinks to have the energy to garden. But if that's how you are definitely my people. Alright, so it's not perfect. As you can see, there's still some major grasses. There's not too many though.
I break this tree down for fun.
Yeah?
This is a part of one of the things I made.
Let's see.
This is a part of the thing I made. I found a thing that looked like a mace, and then I used it on the trees, and I broke it, and it broke, and I was super sad since that was the only thing that I loved, since it was literally it was like a mace.
Was it?
Yep, it was like a mace.
Well, you can make another one. Y'all are whittling wood. Why not? Get crafty with it, right?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
All right, great idea. And so these are the poles that we pulled out of him. They're actually screwed together. At one point they were individual poles and I screwed them together years ago. Found some more? Good deal. And so I think I'm going to make these into some sort of trellis. I'm doing a lot of this in one day, believe it or not, the amount of stuff we're doing in one day. But I've decided to split it up into different videos because I feel like it gets overwhelming seeing 50 different things happen in one video in one day. You end up sitting there for an hour and a half, 2 hours watching all the work we do. It's not being broken up and it kind of gets lost where you can't tell where we're transplanting lettuce and cleaning out garden beds to where we're moving logs or where we're wandering around finding different transplants like the giant garlic or where we're, you know, harvesting herbs. There's just so much that we do in one day.
Yeah, I think someone woke up the ants.
Yeah, I accidentally woke up the ants earlier, so where are they at?
They're in the garden. And the way
I knew they were up here. So there's all these fire ants right down here along where the street. So this bed, these two beds are made out of trees that have actually fell that we cut down. And I just put them together and had some topsoil brought in, filled it with topsoil, and put some compost on top. Now the compost has since completely broken down over the last year, but well, it actually hasn't even been a year, has it? I don't think so. Well, maybe it was close because it was, what, early spring or winter because we were growing lettuce here last time.
When we were playing with this, when me and Sam were playing with the sticks and sharpening, my finger hit the top of the
yeah, because they're kind of pointy. Oh, and the concrete, right?
On top of the concrete.
Yeah, that'll scrape your hands. Okay, so I think what we should do now is we can do a couple things. We can, there's still some grass in here, but I say we just work around it. What do you say? We can at least start transplanting on the other side. I think what I'm going to do is walk over here and grab a couple of lettuce that I saw in the grass that's just going to get mowed over anyways, and I'm going to plant them in this garden bed. And then I'll take the Cimarron lettuce seeds, or rather let the kids take them. Yeah, there are a lot of seeds. I'll let the kids take the Cimarron lettuce seeds, which is this lettuce over here, and what's popping up all over the yard. Because, for one, if it's going to volunteer itself and grow this easily, and just pop up, do its own thing, that's what I want. For two, this was good for both storage, fresh use. It's soft like the butterhead lettuce, and mild in flavor, but it holds up better and it stores better. So I think it's, even though it's a leaf lettuce, it's really good. It has a storability of a cost lettuce, which is like a romaine lettuce head. So that's what we want in the garden. Something that has a great texture, great flavor, stores well, is easy to grow, and can hold up to the heat without bolting because our temperatures fluctuate, but also hold up really well to cold, freezing weather.
I'm gonna look at one.
So I was thinking that maybe we should go grab those lettuce that are popping up there and transplant them into here. And then, since we know it transplants well because we transplanted all that lettuce last year, and then we can sprinkle the seeds. Yeah, they are. So here are the cost lettuce seeds. They are really tiny. There's two of them. You can barely see them in your hand. So they are super tiny. And no, these are the heat wave blend. This is totally different. The Cimarron lettuce is I don't know why I keep saying cost. Cimarron's not a cost. The Cimarron lettuce, it says Cimarron. It looks like cinnamon, so you might get a little confused. I think it's in a white packet like that, but it has a different name. You can sprinkle those in too. You could just sprinkle them on top, sister. The lettuce is so small, you just really sprinkle it and water it in. No big deal.
Should I add more than two?
Let's go get those transplants real quick. Okay, I'm hoping that I'm pausing this correctly. It's not creating a new video every time that we have to edit together because this is not my phone and the screen's cracked, so I can't really see what's going on too well on this side. I think it is, no, it looks like I got it right. Yes. Okay, so I'm out here by the apple tree. Hello, I'm videoing this lettuce. What are you doing? Be careful with that bike, that chain's messed up. Okay, so look right here, sister. These lettuce, this is the same type of lettuce that's over there in the garden bed, and they've just kind of popped up over around. So look, it has a good root system. We can transplant this. So let's grab this one too. Another one. It's crazy, they just kind of volunteered all over the front yard.
And there's some right there too.
Yeah, it's three so far. So we know these transplant well because I actually made lettuce starts last year.
Three.
I don't know if there are any more. Okay, so we've gathered up the lettuce and walked over here back to the garden, and she's just kind of transplanting it in there. Watch out, don't get the leaves, because push the dirt up on the, hold on, let me help you out. Woo, trying to watch out for the ant. Also not try not to overshadow. Okay, go ahead. Push the dirt up around it. There you go. And that's all you have to do. Just kind of push it down so it's nice and...
put one right in the middle.
I'm going to tell you, if you put it in the middle, it's going to be really hard to harvest it. You can, but that's just going to... Well, I guess if we're... Go ahead. We're sprinkling seeds in there anyways, right? So why not? Just be careful. Don't step on the one you just planted, right?
Yes, back there.
Okay, so once again, you're just going to dig down. There you go.
You're making me make a big hole.
That's okay. Great job, sister. And then just push really firmly around its roots so it doesn't fall over. I'm starting to like all of these volunteer plants. We've actually gotten quite a few plants this season that have just popped up around the yard randomly.
I'll put one right here.
Okay.
Oh no, there's ants right there. We can all put that there. I'll put...
I'm just sitting here videoing all your hard work without actually doing anything. Great job. Good job, little sister. Okay, so now we need to get some water and water them in like we did those. And then we'll have 4 little volunteer lettuce plants, and that will be awesome.
What if the ants eat them?
The lettuce usually grow really well. I have the secret to growing plants. Want to know what it is? Plant so many that you don't notice when some die or get eaten. Look at this lettuce plant's actually pretty much big enough to start
I
harvesting
can't even
leaves
see
off of.
where I put those seeds.
Yeah, I told you lettuce plants are really... I'm going to push some of this volunteer, push some dirt in. It kind of grew in the crack of the bed where there's not really any... Ooh, look at this, a little grub. Honestly, I haven't been today, but a lot of times if I have a 5-gallon bucket near me and I'm collecting weeds and things to throw to the chickens and get out of the garden area, I'll gather up those grubs and put them in that bucket and just feed the grubs and everything. I can see the difference of it being more upright. It just kind of grew in the cracks of the trees, of the logs, so it wasn't really staying upright. So I put more soil there to push it upright, and it worked out well. Okay, sister, so you want to grab the lettuce and you can just sprinkle it all over the place. It is kind of windy, so some of them might blow out, but just try to be careful and sprinkle them kind of like you do salt like this, because they are going to go everywhere with the wind picking up. I think that's a heat wave blend again. But you can try that. It may work. So instead of planting Cimarron, we're going to plant the Heat Wave blend because that's the package he grabbed. And it's actually going to have several types of lettuce in it. You mind if I read that packet while I'm filming you, sister?
Yeah.
Let's see. This one's just from Burpee, so it's nothing special, but it does work out. Let's see, 6 varieties of lettuce that can take some heat includes 20% Lola Rosa, 20% Royal Oak Leaf. The Royal Oak Leaf, I think, is a red and green lettuce. Black Seeded Simpson, that is a loose leaf green lettuce. Little Caesar, 15%. Matchless Butterhead, Those are those really soft texture ones. And salad bowl. I don't know what that is. So there's definitely a lot of seeds in here.
Is this bed only gonna be for lettuce?
I think for now we can put lettuce in there, just because if we put other stuff in there, we are going to be harvesting lettuce so much that they'll make sure you're spreading it out like salt, because all those little seeds are so small they just clump together. So I know a lot of people will sprinkle these in a line.
And we'll use the entire bag.
Oh my gosh. Probably added way more seeds than we needed to for this garden. Okay, well, walk around and make sure you get the middle too, so you get everything. There is a lot of shadows in here. There you go. They are kind of going crazy. So what's going to happen is we'll water this in, and when they start to pop up, we can spread them out a little more, because they're going to pop up all together.
What we need to do is do you know how you put that water hose back down there?
Oh, we need one over on this side?
We need one over here, because the water hose over there won't come over here, and that water hose
Yeah, we do need to.
And the one in the backyard won't come over
So
here.
when Larry pipes in the cabin, the water, he'll just add a spigot so that we can water over here. Okay, so now we're just going to water these in lightly. And I don't know where the watering can is, to be honest.
Wait, I do.
Okay.
I saw it.
The ground's actually super moist from all the rain that we've had the last week or two. So I'm not worried about there not being enough moisture in the ground. The biggest thing is just to get these transplants watered in, these 3, so that they don't die. You found the watering can? Okay, add some water to it. She found the watering can, so that works out perfectly. And yes, there's still grass all over this, but that is perfectly okay. I'm not worried about that in the least.
This will be so much handier.
Yeah, I'm glad you found it. It's probably going to spray out the top once it starts to get full. These high pressure nozzles are kind of tricky. Okay. Now you have to turn off the water hose, because the nozzle is a high pressure nozzle and it'll blow off the nozzle. It's done it before. Okay, so she found the watering can. Where was it at? By the shed?
Mhm.
Well, that works out.
Do you know where that bed that Mom gave you to my old bed went?
Yes.
It was back there.
Okay, nice. That works out really well. Oh, yeah, there you go. Hold it up high and then just kind of move it around, because if not, it'll just pummel the... Ooh, okay, I wouldn't walk through the garden bed now, because the transplants and everything. Here, come here, let me help you out. You got it? There you go. Try to avoid, because it's all going to try to drain into that, so just... And then once the seeds start popping up, we'll move them and basically pluck them out and transplant them into better rows. And then over here, behind you.
I didn't really sprinkle anything.
That's okay. There's
But
already
there's
a
still
little
some
there.
stuff over.
And then want to get this one that we transplanted.
Mhm.
And then I think I saw you sprinkle some in here. Be careful, because without the other stuff on top, this will actually get really sticky and you'll slip in the mud. Ask me how I know.
You slipped in it before.
I slip in everything.
And that's the perks of being a gardener.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm rather graceful. It wasn't part of the job description, thankfully. Great job.
Can we water these too?
Yes, we can.
Okay, let me go fill this back up.
Okay, you're doing an awesome job.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm loving just being the cameraman and not having to do all the work. Yeah, I'm your camera woman. That's funny. Well, there you go. So I was talking to my sister earlier, and I was saying we're passing on the work to the next generation, but I'm not sure how it works, because although technically she's young enough to be part of the next generation, she's also my sister. How does that work? It's so confusing. Are you just my generation of children, but at the same time, my kids' generation.
I guess so.
So how weird how it works, huh? We'll have to... Yeah, there's still quite a bit of grass growing in here, which is funny because we picked so much of it out. But still... There you go. Thankfully, where those cats use the bathroom in here has really broken down a lot. Marjoram actually looks pretty good. It has a lot of really new growth in it. There you go. Nice new growth. Look at that. Isn't that nice?
Yep, there's still water in there.
I love this. Great job. I'm so excited and so proud all at the same time. Are you looking to see if there's more water in the container?
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
Not good. Because there's nothing in it.
That would be funny if you're looking into it, all of a sudden it like just falls on your face, all this water. That's so you can see there's still some onions in here.
I'm going to fill this up again.
I don't think you need a lot on these transplants, but I'm sure there's something we're going to end up watering. We might water in the cilantro some more. And there's all these onions, so they're getting pretty big. And these are the ones that seeded out, or we seeded them last year along with the transplants, and they never grew, the seeds. And so some of the seeds have decided to pop up, I guess what's left behind, which didn't get eaten or rot out over the course of the year. So that's pretty cool how that happened. So we got a few onions, which will likely never bulb. We'll probably eat them as green onions before they're ready to harvest, because the reality is we need probably 1,000 or 2,000 onion plants and a bunch of chives. Now if we get a whole like 2 or 3 beds worth of chives, we probably have enough that we wouldn't need to worry about it and could actually grow out bulbing onions. So that may be something we do. I do have chive seeds, and yes, we really eat that many onions and seasonings for everything, especially green onions. They are so good for so many things. Did you get sprayed?
That water did not like me. Look what it did to me.
Oh my god.
You don't like me.
You're so...
I know.
You got water dripping all over your legs.
But it feels good though.
I think that's enough water for that. So let's go over here. And I'll let you water in all of the cilantro. Let me move this rake out of your way.
Ah! It's
Stuck in the fencing. Watch your step. I'm going to set this over here. I keep stepping on in the garden. I'm afraid we're going to seriously injure ourselves. There's one. Look, there's one under there, kind of hiding. See that? And here's some.
And we do have to water those mini plants too.
What mini plants?
The mini plants over there.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about those. Let's go check those out too. You're doing a good job of watering in the cilantro. I think that's it. This is all weeds. Don't water that. It would be really bad. Go water that way. Because all the water is going to leach from where the cilantro is and kind of get...
I need a water. We should water the blueberries. The blackberries.
No, those are fine. They're getting watered by proxy. Yay!
We should get some seeds of plant in these.
I think we actually might have more blackberry plants to transplant. We need to look at that. So she was saying that we needed to water these, but actually the soil is extremely wet. And this one, the leaves are a little dry, but overall these transplants that we transplanted last week are doing really well. I don't know if you guys know that we transplanted blackberries yet, because I still have a couple of videos from last week that I have not edited and put together. They were kind of taken throughout the day while we worked, because we have to pause a lot to do other things, take care of the dogs, take care of the kids, feed everyone, things of that nature. So we do a lot of work, but we break it up too. I don't think we should water these. I think these are super well watered. So they should be good to go.
There's soil is really soft.
Yeah, it is. So I think that's going to be it on the lettuce. We've actually got the lettuce transplanted. You got it seeded, so once that pops up, yeah, see, it's super wet, it's clumping together. And then these are the other transplants, and then we watered the giant red mustard. So that's going to be it for this. And I don't know, there's still quite a bit of other stuff we need to do, but at least we got that lettuce bed watered, and these are doing really good too. I'm most excited about these blackberry plants because they get kind of pricey buying them, and being able to find them and separate them, get them growing and start more plants is exciting. And then
why does this say Gazelle summer squash?
Cozelle summer squash. These are the types of different types of squash and plants that I grew. This is chalk, and I just write on chalk markers on the side of it, and then it actually can be erased with some spray. It makes it really easy and helps me keep track of things because
You forget things.
I do all the time. That's why I have videos.
Yeah, so when you're older, you can, and when you're laying in your bed one day and you get bored, you can just go on your YouTube and look at all
It helps me. It helps motivate me because sometimes I forget what things look like. But I tell you what, I'm only 32 and I already can't remember anything. So my 40s are gonna be rough, right? 35 will
You
feel.
remember what my name is?
What that is hard because there's so many J kids. 7 kids with J names. That's confusing. Okay, so we're gonna go see what else we need to do in this garden. And thank you guys for checking us out and being patient with us. Hoping this video turns out well because, like I said, the screen's pretty cracked, so it's really hard to see what we're doing.